Hello, welcome again to another video. Today we're gonna continue with the Interchange 5th edition level 1, the red book, and we're gonna start the unit 6, as always, with the language summary, the vocabulary for this lesson. Let's start writing. In this unit we're gonna be talking about sports and fitness. You know, sports, all the different kind of sports we're gonna be seeing them today, and also the fitness. You will see what it is. Okay. Baseball. This is a famous sport in Dominican Republic and United States. Other than that, it's not so popular in other countries. Well, in Japan it is a bit. Okay. Basketball. It's pretty self-explanatory. We have bike riding. Remember that you ride a bike. So the sport of riding bikes is bike riding. You know. Bowling. This is the name of this sport, well, where we throw a ball to take out the pins. Okay, bowling. Football and soccer. There is a difference between this because in most countries they just call this sport football and that's it. But in English, because of the Americans, we have to say to this sport soccer, and to this specific one with the hang egg, it's football. Okay, so you know the difference. Football, soccer. Okay, golf. You know, the little balls in the holes. Golf. Ice hockey. Very good. Jogging is when you go running, or it's similar to the difference between jogging and running is that running it's at max speed. You need to go as fast as you can and constantly moving in that speed. But jogging is just a way to do some cardiac exercise so your heart feels better. It's basically that. It's just like running but a bit slower, like jog. You just need to go jogging. It's the action, also the action to jog and to run, and the sport is running and jogging. Very good. We have some martial arts that these are usually come from Asia, from countries from Asia, and we have karate, sumo, judo, iaido, aikido, kenjutsu, kempo, ninjutsu, jiu-jitsu, kendo, tangsudo, kusuwon, taekwondo, jeet kune do, kung fu, muay thai, Viet Du Dao, Kwang Ki Do, Choi Kwang Do, and I'm not going to continue with the rest of them because imagine saying maculele. I don't know what is that. Capoeira. This comes from Brazil. Freestyle wrestling. This comes from the Americas, and some other kickboxing. Yes, all of them are martial arts. They are the type of fighting techniques that can also be considered as art. Okay, let's continue. We have pilates. It's a way of doing exercise. We have yoga. Swimming, when you swim. Tennis. Volleyball. Walking. You know, walking can be an sport too. Yeah, you know, constantly walking, that is really good for your heart. Okay, weight training. The weights that are these big things that you also known as curls, that you use it to strengthen your biceps or your arms, whatever. These are called weight training. It's a cardio workout, burns more calories than a weight training workout. However, your metabolism may start elevated for longer after weights than cardio, and weightlifting is better for building muscle. Okay, you know, our cardio workout is something like walking, running, jogging, all sorts of stuff that makes you move a lot, and that is good for your heart. But when we usually have something like weight training or weightlifting, is to get better building for your muscles, is to get your muscles bigger, basically. We use this to be stronger, and we do this to be healthy, basically. Okay, some other words. We have athletes, that are the people that perform in the sports, the people that are really good at that. We have a couch potato, that is a person that is the opposite of an athlete, because a couch potato doesn't want to do any kind of exercise. They just want to be in a couch, just sitting, eating junk food and watching television, for example. That is a couch potato. What do you think you are? You're an athlete, a couch potato, or a mixed bag of both? We have energy. Well, energy, doesn't necessarily implies energy, but energy is any type of fuel, or basically the ability to do something. Like when you say, I have a lot of energy, and you move a lot. When you have energy is that you can move. When you eat, then you regain energy. When you go to sleep, you regain energy, and then you can use your energy to run, to jump, to whatever you want. Okay? We have fitness. Fitness is technically a lifestyle of being healthy, to maintain your body in a healthy way, basically. A fitness freak, on the other hand, is a person who likes to work out a lot. Like, that person is obsessed with his body. His main thing, his main goals are to have a really good body, basically. As you can see, this person is buffed. Okay, free time. That's the time where you don't have to work. Fundraiser. Fundraisers organize events and campaigns to raise money and other kinds of donations for an organization. It's basically, maybe you have seen change.org, that is a website used to get this fundraise. Funds is basically money to buy something or to do something. To raise is basically to go from zero to a lot, from down to up. So a fundraiser is basically to get a lot of money to help with the donations for an organization, basically. Okay, to help other people. We have a gym. That's where the fitness freaks and the fitness people go to. Is to the gym, where you have a lot of different ways to do exercise, basically. Okay, a gym rat. Someone who spends all leisure time playing sports or working out in a gymnasium or a health spa. Is that person that its main hobby is to basically do exercise. That's a gym rat. That's also another name for those people. Sports nut. When sports are your passion, it's a simple joy that hooked your for life. A sports nut is basically a person that it's all around that sport. It's like a person that all that cares about is basketball. If he's watching television, it's a basketball game. If he's playing a video game, it's a basketball video game. If he has free time, he plays basketball. That's a basketball nut. And the same can be said with baseball, football, golfing, tennis, soccer, hockey, whatever the sport, basically. We have junk food, that is all the sugary and greasy type of foods that are really savory, and they're like a lot of people like it because it's really rich, it's really delicious, but it's usually really bad for your health. If you only eat French fries and burgers, you're gonna be having cholesterol on the clouds, so you shouldn't. A portion of food is just for example, imagine that you have all of this food, all of this, and you take a plate like this, and you take, I don't know, one cookie, one donut, one hamburger, and some fries. That is a portion of food, because you didn't take everything. You just took a portion. Okay, very good. You have talents, that are people that have some skills from without much effort in basically in a type of activity. Maybe you have a talent of friendship, that you can be easy to make friends with other people. Maybe your talent is music, that you can play the piano easily or play the guitar easily. Maybe your talent is in a sport, that you're a really good basketball player or something like that. Maybe you are really good at drawing. Maybe you're really good at singing. Those are talents. Tip. The tip is the money that you give to the people that on the restaurants when you finish your meal and you feel like it was a good service basically. It's like imagine that you dropped your soda when you were going to sit to the table, and the person you said, "Oh, don't worry," and they give you another one for free. Then you feel so good because of that, and then you give it a tip. That is a tip. Okay, teens comes from the word teenager. That is a person that have the ages of the teens. 14, no, I mean 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. If you are in that range of age, then you're a teenager in English at least. Treadmill. Treadmill is this machine where you can walk or run. Treadmill. Some adjectives. You have active, a person that is moving. Average is not the tallest. It's not the least tall. It's in the middle. That is average. From 1 to 10, average is 5. It's like not the most, but not the least. Not the most, not the least. Okay? Fitness versus health. Let's see some difference between them. Health, you have better aging, longevity, you live more years. Quality of life, your life is better. Lower stress levels, you don't stress that much. Lower blood pressure, free of disease, you never get sick, free of pain. And fitness, enhance performance, win competitions, improve appearance, tone up, improve flexibility. Those are what the fitness and the health want. But something that both of them give are to lose weight, improve strength, and improve cardio. Both of them look for that. Okay? Good at something. This is an adjective. He is good at something. Maybe you're good at math, you're good at drawing, you're good at singing, you're good at playing baseball. That is the adjective. Real is that is not false basically. Real is not false. It's not fake. For example, this is a real iPhone 6, I think, and this, even though it wants to look the same, it is not. It's false. This is a real iPhone. You see? Adjective, real iPhone. Okay? We have young, middle-aged, and old. These are different states of your life. Young, when maybe you're from before 30 years down. Middle age is when you have like, I don't know, 40 somethings, 50 somethings. That makes you a middle-aged person. And old is when you're more than 60, that you have, usually white hair, you have lived through a lot of years and stuff. Remember, these are adjectives. A young man, middle-aged woman, old grandpas. Okay, we have some verbs: chat, do, yoga, card tricks, eat, exercise, keep, lift weight, play sport, relax, sing, spend time, work out. Let's see them. Exercise, any type of activity where you do, when you improve your body. Do yoga, you do yoga. You don't play yoga, you do yoga. Okay? Eat, this is very simple. To chat is, a chat is like this. This is a chat, but to chat is also a verb. When you're talking to another person in this kind of program, it's a chat or to chat. Keep fit is when you continue to be fit. Lift weights. This is how you call when you are doing this. It's lifting weights. Play a sport. You play sports. You play soccer. You play handball or football. You play ice hockey. You play basketball. Whatever. Relax. To relax. Spend time. To spend time is to pass time in a specified way or in a particular place, basically. It's like you can spend time with your family. You can spend time playing video games. Any kind of thing. To work out. To work out is when basically you're doing exercise on a gym or to get fitness. To get fit. Okay? Well, and we're gonna come back here in a couple of minutes. But for now, we're gonna be going to the Unit 6. The Unit 6 is called How often do you run? And we have the topic for this unit that is gonna be discuss sports and exercise habits. These are gonna be the first topic that we're gonna be seeing, and we're gonna start with a snapshot that is called Top Sports and Fitness Activities in the United States. Okay, what do we have here? We have some type of sports: football, baseball, soccer, ice hockey, basketball, the ones that we saw before, and some fitness activities: treadmill, running, jogging, walking, bowling, and weight training. All of these are fitness activities. Okay, this is good. But since we saw it a couple of minutes ago, all of them, we're not gonna stop there for the moment. We're gonna continue, okay? Okay, here we have the word power, sports and fitness, and we see all of these activities: bike riding, golf, jogging, martial arts, pilates, soccer, swimming, volleyball, and yoga. What are we gonna do? You're gonna take your time to assign the correct verb to each one of these activities. Maybe we can only say do martial arts. We don't say play martial arts or go martial arts. We have go bike riding. We don't do bike riding or play bike riding. And we have play golf. Okay, so take your time to put the correct verbs on the correct activities and check. Okay, you finished? Let's check. Well, we have that we do martial arts, we do pilates, we do yoga, we go bike riding, we go jogging, and we go swimming, and we play golf, we play soccer, and we play volleyball. If you notice here, play usually goes with sports, go usually goes with words that ends in ing that are continuous, like go jogging, go swimming, go bike riding, and do goes basically with some specific activities like do martial arts, do pilates, do yoga. Okay, very good. What is the difference between do and play? Well, basically, do is not specifically a sport, it's more of an activity. It's not like they are two teams competing with each other. Usually martial arts, even though you can be in tournaments and fight with other people maybe, but that is not the point of martial arts. The point of martial arts is a way to just get discipline, basically. Pilates and yoga is just activities to do exercise, to be fit. It's not like someone is gonna win or someone is gonna lose. If you can win or lose, then you say play. Because in golf, you can win or lose. In soccer, you can win or lose. Or in volleyball, basketball, baseball, etc. So it's play. If you cannot win or lose, then it's just do. Okay? Let's continue then. Well, here, we're gonna be listening to a conversation. It's called I Run Every Day. So, take your time, listen as much times as you need, and we're gonna listen to the part A and part B. And for the part B, try to get the answer of the question, what else does Riley do in her free time? Okay, so listen closely.
Unit 6. How often do you run? Page 37. Exercise 3. Conversation. I run every day. Part A. Listen and practice.
You have a lot of energy, Riley. Do you exercise a lot?
Well, I get up early and run on the treadmill for an hour every day.
Seriously?
Sure. And I do weightlifting.
Wow. How often do you lift weights?
I usually do it about 3 times a week. What about you?
Oh, I hardly ever exercise. I usually just watch TV or listen to music in my free time. I guess I'm a real couch potato.
Page 37. Exercise 3. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What else does Riley do in her free time?
What else do you like to do, Riley?
Well, I like to play the drums a lot. I play every day. It drives my mom crazy.
Hey, I play the guitar.
Well, listen, we could start our own band. Why don't we play after class today?
Cool.
Okay, very good. Remember, if you want to listen again, just go back in the video. And if you notice, here in the conversation, we see that Riley is a fitness person. She likes to do weightlifting, she likes to do exercise and stuff. But here, what is Aaron? He's a couch potato, the thing that we said before, because he hardly ever exercises and usually just watch TV or listen to music in his free time. That's why it's called a couch potato. He doesn't do much. Okay, did you get the answers for the part B? What else does Riley do in her free time? Let's check. She plays the drums. She also has the talent to play music, and that is very, very good. Okay, let's continue now. We're gonna be seeing the adverbs of frequency. This is gonna be something really interesting and really important in English because we use it a lot and it's really necessary. Here we have percentage. We have from 0 to 100. And here we have a set of adverbs to talk about the percentage of times that we do something. But before seeing this, the question that we usually ask when we want to talk about the frequency of something, it's either how often, and then do you something? How often do you exercise? How often do you go to the cinema? How often do you go jogging, for example, if you do exercise? Or you can have this as a WH question or a yes/no question. Do you ever watch TV in the evening? Do you ever take your dog out in the mornings, for example? These are the two questions that we can say. Okay, and we have a way to say there's two different ways to say this. We can use times or we can use the adverbs of frequency, for example. Okay, let's see. From 0% of the times that you never do it, it's never. Yeah, I just use it right there. 0 times is never. Maybe at 10%. Actually, I have a better option to see the actual percentage of each one of these things. That is the thing that I mentioned before. Let's check the grammar. We have these adverbs of frequency. Never, hardly ever, rarely, that is the same. Seldom, occasionally, sometimes, often, frequently, normally, generally, usually, and always. Going from 0%, 5, 10, 30, 50, 70, 80, 90, and 100%. For example, never, 0 times, not even 1 time. Vegetarians never eat meat. It means that 0% of the times vegetarians will not eat meat, basically. Okay? A 5% is like something really, really rare. It almost never happened. Hardly ever or rarely. I hardly ever get angry. It doesn't happen actually. Almost never. I never or I hardly ever or rarely get angry. Seldom is like 10%. It's more than hardly ever, but it's not so much either. It's just 10%. I seldom put salt on my food. Okay? Occasionally is just sometimes, some specific moments. It's not as much as sometimes, but occasionally is a little better, a little less. It's 30%. I occasionally go to bed late. It's like maybe once a week, maybe 2 times a week. It's occasionally, only the 30%. Sometimes is like here and there. Here I did it, here I didn't. It's like 50-50, maybe yes, maybe not. I sometimes sing in the shower. Maybe one day I'm feeling like it. Maybe another day I'm not feeling like it. Often and frequently is like more. It's like a little bit more than sometimes, but it's not like something so common. It's like you often do it. Okay? I often read in bed at night. Maybe some days on the week you are not able to do that because you're really tired. But frequently, you frequently read in bed at nights, basically. Okay? We have normally or generally. It's something that is common, that is something that happens normally, basically. Normally, you see? It's an 80% of the times. I normally get good marks. Maybe on math if you're not good on that, or in science, maybe in a specific month that you didn't do so good, you wouldn't get good marks on your exams and stuff. But you normally, it's what is usual basically. 80% of the time is normally or generally. Usually is almost always. Almost. It's like really, really close to 100%, but it's not. It's 90%. I usually walk to work, basically. Most of the times, it's like almost always you go walking to work. But maybe one day you take a taxi, or you ride a bike, or something like that. And always is 100%. It always happens. It never misses. Always, always, always is 100%. I always study after class. There is not a day where you don't study after class. You always do it. And the way to use these adverbs of frequency is the next way. Okay? We have the subject, the person that we are talking about, an adverb, and then the main verb. Something that we need to know is that when the adverbs goes always or usually because we have a little exception here, the adverbs goes usually before the main verb. Okay, subjects, adverb, and then the main verb. Daniel always passes his exams. Daniel usually passes his exams. Daniel normally, often, sometimes, occasionally, seldom, hardly ever, or never passes his exam. You see, passes or to pass is the main verb in this sentence, and always the adverb goes before the main verb and after the subject. Okay, but when we have the verb be, then it's after it, only with the verb be. When we have is or are, we put the adverb after. Okay, he is always happy. You are never bothersome, for example. It's just the little way that you need to remember, basically. Okay, let's go back to the book. Okay, here we have where we left off. If you see here, do you ever watch TV in the evening? Yes, I often watch TV after dinner. It's like more than 50%, that's 60%, something like that. I sometimes watch TV before bed. It's one day yes, one day no, who knows. There isn't a specific thing here with both usually and sometimes. Those are the only adverbs of frequency that you can start a sentence with. Okay? Usually you have it like before the verb, but with sometimes and usually you can put it at the beginning. I sometimes watch TV before bed. Sometimes I watch TV before bed. If you say hardly ever I watch TV, that is incorrect. It is not correct. It's only with sometimes and usually. Okay? I hardly ever watch TV. No, I never watch TV. You see? Always before the verb. Okay? For this question, how often do you exercise? I run the treadmill every day. That is things that we saw before. I go jogging once a week. Once means one time. It means that happens only one time. I play soccer twice a month. Twice is the same as once, used with two. Once is one. Twice is two. Okay? It's only with these two words, because then we just say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on with the numbers. I swim about 3 times a year. Okay? I don't exercise very often, or I don't exercise much. Okay? Usually I exercise before a class. Okay, we have these questions. How often do you exercise? And you will say the amount of times you do a specific things. For example, if you say, how often do you go to school? I go to school 5 times a week, for example. Or how often do you go to the cinema? I go to the cinema once a month or twice a month. Okay? And when we have this type of questions, do you ever watch TV in the evening? Yes, I often watch before the verb. I sometimes watch before the verb, because it's sometimes you can start like that. Okay, I hope that you understand this part. Here we have a little exercise that is quite easy. It's just that you need to put the correct, put the adverbs in the correct place. Sometimes there is more than one correct answer. Okay, so you're gonna take your time to complete this, and then we're gonna check. Okay, you finish? Very good. Let's check the answers. Well, we have a lot. First, number 1. Do you ever play sports? Remember, before the verb, always before the verb. Do you ever play sports? Sure, I play soccer twice a week. What is the difference between these two? Because here we're using the adverb before of the verb, but the question is asking about the amount of times. Or not about the amount of times, but the person wants to say the amount of times. Here we have twice a week, so it goes here at the end. I play soccer twice a week. Okay, what do you usually do on Saturdays morning before the verb? Nothing much. I almost always sleep until noon. Okay, do you often lift weights at the gym? No, I hardly ever lift weights. Do you always exercise on Sundays? No, I never exercise on Sundays. What do you usually do after class? I go out with my classmates about 3 times a week. Okay? Do you often go to the movies? Yes, I go to the movies once a week. Do you ever go bike riding? No, I hardly ever ride a bike. Do you sometimes walk to school? Sure, I walk to school 5 days a week. This is what I mentioned before. It's just like walking in this case. Okay, very good, very good. Let's go to the last part of today. Almost last part of today. We're gonna be seeing some type of the little thing about the pronunciation, the intonation with direct address. Listen and practice. Notice the statements with direct address. There is usually falling intonation and a pause before the name. It's like when we're directly addressing someone, when we're gonna mention someone or we're gonna say something to someone by saying their name, it's like you make a little stop and it's going in a falling intonation. Okay? Before me saying it, listen to the audio, please.
Page 38. Page 38. Exercise 5. Pronunciation. Intonation with direct address. Part A. Listen and practice. Notice these statements with direct address. There is usually falling intonation and a pause before the name.
You have a lot of energy, Riley.
You look tired, Aaron.
I feel great, Dr. Yoon.
You see, it's like going down, up, and then going down again. It's going with falling intonation and with a little stop before the name. Let's see. You have a lot of energy, Riley. You have a lot of energy, Riley. You look tired. You look tired, Aaron. I feel great, Dr. Jun. I feel great, Dr. Jun. Okay? Because if you said, you have a lot of energy, Riley, you know, you have a comma here. You cannot skip it. You look tired, Aaron. No, it's not good. You have a lot of energy, Riley. You look tired, Aaron. I feel great, Dr. Jun. You see? Very good. Okay? Now let's go to the last part of the day. It's gonna be a listening. I swim twice a week. You're gonna be listening to 3 people discuss what they like to do in the evening, and then complete the chart. Okay? The activities, how often? We have Joseph, Victoria, and Carlos. Okay? So listen and then check.
Page 38. Exercise 7. Listening. I swim twice a week. Part A. Listen to 3 people discuss what they like to do in the evening. Complete the chart.
So, what do you usually do in the evening, Joseph?
Well, I exercise a lot. I like to go swimming after work.
Oh, yeah? How often do you go swimming?
I swim twice a week, on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Well, you are in great shape.
Thanks.
You're in great shape too, Victoria.
Oh, thanks, Carlos. I usually exercise in the evenings. I love it. My friends and I take a yoga class at a gym downtown.
How often do you go?
3 times a week. And what about you, Carlos? Do you ever go to the gym in the evenings?
Actually, I don't exercise very much. I play tennis about twice a month, but I'm not very good.
Okay, very good. I hope that you got the answers. Let's check. Well, we can see that Joseph goes swimming twice a week, Victoria does yoga 3 times a week, and Carlos plays tennis twice a month. Oh, we have each one of the verbs. Go swimming, do yoga, and play tennis. Okay? Very good. I hope that you liked the class for today. Remember to do the exercise that you're going to be seeing that are coming from your teachers. So, see you next time.